Welcome to the 2015 CFBHC National Championship Game coverage. I'm your host, Dean Craig Pelton. Alongside of me, I have the wonderful Danger Zone,
Hello.
the magnificent Cade Rich 5,
Howdy.
and the subpar I Live in a Dreamatorium.
Fuck you.
Sure you can't
This
say
is
that.
a national broadcast. You can't say that on here.
Hey man, cool it. Cool your jets, man.
Okay. Anyways, so let's just talk briefly about both Oklahoma and Penn State before we get to the game. Someone take it away.
I think the key here today is Todd Jennings and Norris Brookshire quarterback play, all-time high. It's a national championship game. Big-time players make big-time plays, and this couldn't be a bigger stage for either quarterback.
I agree. Jennings is the Heisman winner, and Brookshire might have gotten snubbed from even being a finalist, even though his stats are up there. And he'll look to do it to prove in this game that he deserved the Heisman more than Jennings did.
Yeah, Brookshire actually has the highest passer rating of any quarterback who had over 120 attempts. So, and he threw 300 times, and he had a 72% completion percentage in comparison to Jennings' 65%. So if you look at those, just if you're comparing those two, I definitely think you could say Brookshire should have been the Heisman winner.
I think Brookshire should have been the Heisman winner if we're going back looking at it in retrospect, but when the vote was made, Jennings had the better numbers, and Jennings was on the undefeated team. Oklahoma lost. We didn't even know that they'd make it to this point. In hindsight, I think Brookshire would be the Heisman winner. But Jennings won, and he will be looking to prove tonight that he deserved it more than Brookshire.
Yeah, this is a big provement time for him. A lot of people have been doubting him, saying, oh, it should have been Devereaux, should have been Weger. Jarius Jones didn't even get into the finalist list. Well, if he wins tonight, you can't really say he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, I really think if you're comparing it, I don't think you could say Jarius or Weger. I think you have to say it's basically Brookshire or Jennings as the two people who are probably two of the better quarterbacks.
What about Devereaux?
What about Devereaux?
But this isn't a Heisman conversation. This is the national championship game. There's more than one player playing in this game. There's more than one player in these offenses, and these defenses are some of the best in the nation and will be going up against each other. I think especially, rather than Brookshire, the biggest key in this game is the rushing battles. And I think Oklahoma has the edge there with Greg Hadnaugh over Pete Shaboyan.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. I think Hadnaugh's really turned it on here as of late. We hadn't really seen him going, or we didn't see him as that big a threat earlier on in the year. Now he's just kind of turned on the Jets.
Penn State seems to be like a fairly one-dimensional team on offense with just Jennings, whereas Oklahoma seems to be able to go either way with Hadnaugh or Brookshire. Either one can perform day in and day out, where really Jennings is the key player for Penn State.
I agree on that. So we'll see if either of them can be neutralized, but if not, it's going to turn into an offensive shootout. Even though these two defenses are really good, especially Penn State with their defensive back, Kadeem Barton. Oklahoma doesn't have any star players on their defense, but they just make plays, and it's hard for anyone to move it on them. And it's going to be interesting to see what breaks.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Penn State does have like a very, very solid defense, and it's headlined by Kadeem Barton. I'd say he has six or seven interceptions on the year. So he'll make plays, but Brookshire doesn't really turn it over that much. So it'll be interesting to see if they can actually force a turnover. I think whoever wins the turnover battle will probably wind up winning this game.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be interesting to see because neither of these quarterbacks give the ball up much.
Now, but Jennings kind of had started to in the playoffs, if I'm remembering correctly. I think he's turned it over in like each game, has he not?
Not sure about that, but
interesting game for both Kevin Simeon and Ulysses Smith, trying to prove one last time before the combine that they're worthy of high picks in the NFL draft this year.
Oh yeah.
Defensive players need that. Yeah.
and I'd say, Kadeem Martin could also make a case for himself. Because, I mean, I've said in the past, I think he might wind up being the best cornerback in the draft just because of the way he's played his college career. Now, that's probably definitely and totally overhyping him. But, I mean, if he does something tonight, who knows? Maybe he'll still get another bump again.
It's going to be – I think these two are some of the best matched teams in the country. I think the playoffs came out with the two best teams, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes up at. I think it's going to be who makes the last play because I don't think either of these teams have a huge edge.
Yeah,
I
agree.
You got Tim McDuffie, linebacker from Oklahoma, trying to make his case about, I think, the 10th best or something inside linebacker in the class this year. So if he comes up with a big game tonight, he might improve his draft stock.
They're going to need him or someone to step up here.
Yeah, they don't really. They just don't have a lot on defense, really. It's kind of surprising.
They have strong players on defense. As a whole unit, they're good, but they don't have any one star.
Their defensive line's not very great. So, I mean, I think it'll be tough to see, them getting pressure on Jennings. So I think Jennings might have a lot of time and might be able to make a lot of big throws.
Can they at least keep the battle for the line of scrimmage, close enough to where they can frustrate Penn State and, get Jennings, get a little pressure on Jennings and slow down the run game?
One player we haven't talked about a lot? Ty Miller of Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
That might be the most interesting battle of the night between Ty Miller and Kadeem Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be going up against each other every play for the most part. And I have no clue who's going to win that. Ty Miller might be the best wide receiver in the nation.
Hopefully he doesn't, break a leg again, like in the TCU game.
Yeah. He's certainly going to need to stay healthy for Oklahoma to have a chance because he is Brookshire's go-to guy.
And now we're just minutes away here from kickoff, so let's go through and each give our predictions for the game. Starting with you, Cade.
All right. I think that Todd Jennings, Heisman winner, is going to lead the Nittany Lions to victory. I'm going to give a prediction of, I'm going to say 21-17, Penn State.
All right. Danger?
I think it's going to be a battle between the quarterbacks. And even though Jennings won the Heisman, I think Brookshire's going to come out just ahead. I think it's going to be a 1-point victory in favor of the Sooners, but it's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah. All right, Dream.
I'm also going to go with Oklahoma here. I don't know why. I just have that gut feeling Brookshire is going to be slightly better than Jennings. I think that's really what's going to boil down to is which quarterback plays better. And I think it's going to be North Brookshire pulling Oklahoma to the victory in a close battle. Maybe field goal difference.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with my Big Ten bros. I'm picking Penn State to win this one. Just because they've been so dominant all year long, and it's hard for me to see them losing a game. I mean, it is the national championship game, and Oklahoma is a very good team. But I've lost to both teams, and I'm pretty sure I lost to Penn State by more, so I'm going to pick Penn State here.
You got blown out by both of them, so it's not a big
Hey,
difference.
shut up. Shut up, mate. All right, so let's take it up to Dean Craig Pelton in Danger Zone in the booth. We'll see Cade Rich, 5, and I Live in a Dreamatorium at half. I just mute myself, did I? Oh, sorry. Okay, so welcome to the CFBHC National Championship game here in sunny Arlington, Texas. Hello, friends. I'm Dean Craig Pelton. Alongside me in the booth, I have the always amazing Danger Zone. We are just moments away from the kickoff. Give me your quick keys of the game, Danger.
I think the keys of the game are what we said earlier. I think Jennings has to be efficient in the air, and Shabwine has to be good on the ground for Penn State to win this and keep it in their defense's hands. And I think for Oklahoma, their key is to generate offense against this Penn State defense that just smothers so many good offenses.
Mm-hmm. Great analysis, Danger. And now they are lining up for the kick. Oklahoma won the toss, and they chose to defer. So Penn State will start with the ball, and we are underway here in Arlington. A beautiful kick by Alejandro Aguirre in the back of the end zone for a touchback. Penn State will start with the ball at the 25, and we get to see the Penn State offense that is led by Heisman-winning quarterback Todd Jennings for the first time today. Danger, what do you think about Todd Jennings?
I mean, he's a Heisman winner. He is one of, if not the best quarterback in this college football landscape, and he might be the key for Penn State to win this game. If he is efficient like he has been all season, then Oklahoma's going to have a hard time generating turnovers and getting the ball enough to win this.
Yep. And now Penn State is lining up in the I formation. Jennings under center, Cheboyan in the backfield. Jennings takes the snap and hands it off to Cheboyan, who takes up the middle for a gain of around 3, 2nd and 7 for Penn State. They're taking their time here as head coach Saluna talks to the redshirt sophomore Jennings. Penn State has a very methodical offensive attack, and I look forward to seeing what Saluna has up his sleeve tonight. Jennings lines up under center, Cheboyan in the backfield, and Jennings takes the snap and hands it off to, nope, it's a fake. And Jennings rolls out right and is looking for Harrington on the sidelines, and he finds him for a gain of 20 as Harrington makes a stellar grab along the sidelines. First down, Penn State.
That was a nice catch by Harrington, and a good mobility by Jennings to get out of the pocket there.
Penn State is at their own 43-yard line now. Jennings is under center again and takes the snap and fakes it to Cheboyan. He's looking deep for settles, and the pass is broken up by Joe Johnson. Great play from Johnson to stop what could have easily been a touchdown. It is second and 10 now from the Penn State 43. Penn State lines up in the shotgun. Cheboyan in the backfield alongside Jennings. Jennings takes the snap and it's a draw play to Cheboyan, who shuffles up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards. It is 3rd and 6 now. Penn State is approaching midfield, but the Oklahoma defense is looking good here early on. Jennings lines up under center, and Cheboyan is in the backfield. Jennings takes the snap and starts field pressure. Forrest Williams breaks through, but is picked up by Cheboyan, a great block, and Jennings makes a pass towards Waddy near the first down marker, and he has got it at the 45-yard line, and he shakes off a tackler and is brought down at the 34. Penn State is now in Oklahoma territory. First down, Nittany Lions.
A hell of a run right there.
Oh, yeah.
Powerful run.
Penn State is at the 34-yard line now. Jennings under center. Michael and Cheboyan in the backfield. Jennings gives it to Cheboyan, with Michael leading the way, and Cheboyan will get around 3 yards on that one. McDuffie gets his first tackle of the game. 2nd and 7 now. Jennings lines up under center again and needs to hurry as there are 4 seconds left on the play clock, and they get it off in time. And Jennings fires a quick strike to Brown Sanderson, who drops the pass. It'll be 3rd and 7 now.
That seemed like a quick play clock right there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm not sure the referee set it in time because there was only a few seconds. There was already 4 seconds left on the play clock. You might need to slow down there.
Yeah, and you got to catch that pass if you're Brown Sanderson.
Yeah, I agree.
Penn State lines up now with Jennings under center and Cheboyan alone in the backfield. Jennings takes the snap and looks for Harrington. He has got him around the first down marker, and he is brought down. This will be close depending on the spot. And the refs mark him down at the 26, 2 yards shy of the first. I thought he was closer than that. They might need to challenge. But Saluna is just going to send out the kicking unit instead. I don't know about this call.
It's early in the game. You got to take your points.
That's true.
I'm not a challenge, but you got to take your points this early.
Yeah, this will be a 43-yarder for Matt Fisk. He's only missed twice on the year. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. Penn State leads 3-0 with 8:03 left in the first quarter.
Penn State gets on the board first with their first drive of the game. It's going to be interesting to see how Oklahoma responds.
Penn State now set to kick off with a 3-0 lead. It's a high kick, and it goes over the return man's head out of the back of the end zone. Oklahoma will start at the 25 for their first offensive possession. They come out under center. Greg Hadnaugh in the backfield. Brooks Shear takes the snap and hands it off to Hadnaugh, who has a hole on the left side. He gets to the 40, and he gets taken down past the 45 to the 46.
Good run start for Hadnaugh, who's been on fire recently.
Yeah, that was a gain of 21 on the first play of the game. That is a great way to start the day for Hadna. His 1st and 10 now. Oklahoma hurries to the line, and Brookshire takes a snap and drops back. Looks for Ty Miller, but he was well covered by Kadeem Martin. 2nd and 10.
It's one of the most interesting battles of the game tonight. Ty Miller and Kadeem Martin. It looks like Kadeem won that first one.
Oh, yeah. Brookshire takes the snap again and drops back. Looking downfield again, he throws it across the middle and is caught. Jose McGinnis with the grab down to the Penn State 31, and Oklahoma is moving the ball.
That was a nice catch by McGinnis. Oh.
Same formation now. Brookshire takes the snap and hands it to Hadnaugh, who picks his way for about 4.
That was a powerful run right there by Hadnaugh. He didn't gain much, but he was hit up at the line and managed to fight his way for a couple more.
2nd and 6 now. Brookshire moves in the shotgun. Hadnaugh is out of the game. Miller goes in motion to the right, and Brookshire takes the snap. He's looking towards Miller, but he's covered. Brookshire is running out of time and is sacked by Anthony Beltran down at the Penn State 38 for a loss of 10. That'll make a 3rd and 18.
That was a nice sack right there. Beltran got into the backfield, and Brookshire just couldn't escape, didn't see him.
Okay. Hadnaugh is back in the game now, lines up next to Brookshire in shotgun. Brookshire takes the snap, looks to throw. Now he hands it to Hadnaugh on the draw, and he has room, but he's brought down from behind after a gain of 8, and Oklahoma will be forced to kick a field goal.
That was Anthony Beltran again. Coming back from behind and chasing down from the defensive end spot. Hadnaugh tried to make a move, and he just did not get up quick enough. But it's still
playing like a madman tonight, right now, Anthony Beltran.
He is.
Now, Alejandro Aguirre is on to the attempt of the 49-yard field goal. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good through the uprights. And Oklahoma ties it up at 3 with 5:53 left in the first quarter.
It's a good way to respond early on, to tie it up after Penn State goes down and score, to get a score of your own.
Now, again, the score is Oklahoma 3, Penn State 3, with 5:53 left in the first, just in case you are deaf. Oklahoma lining up to kick it off now, and it is away, and then it's another kick out of the end zone for Alejandro Aguirre. Penn State will start this drive at their own 25. Jennings trots back out onto the field for Penn State. Jennings in shotgun, Harrington in motion. Jennings takes the snap and looks to go deep. Pump fakes once. He's running out of time and lets one loose, and he's got him! Ooh. Mark Harrington down to the 35-yard line. A 45-yard pass, and the Nittany Lions are in motion.
That was a nice play. Harrington got by the defender. That throw was a little short, but he went up and took it. That was a great catch by the wide receiver.
That was a hell of a catch by Mark Harrington. And Penn State now breaks the huddle, and Jennings lines up under center. He takes the snap and hands off to Pete Sheboygan, who runs up the middle for about 3 on that one. And those are the plays that just kind of get you by.
Yeah, you just got to keep moving the ball. You can't take a loss. A 3-yard gain, get 4 of those, you get a first down every time.
Yeah. Penn State is in the same formation now. Jennings takes the snap, and this time he tosses it to Sheboygan, who runs to the edge and then cuts it up for a nice gain for about 7. First down, Penn State at the Oklahoma 25-yard line. Time is running down here in the first quarter, and it looks like there will be enough for Penn State to get one last play off.
And Penn State's moving it again. Oklahoma's defense needs to figure something out here because they're not stopping them right now.
Jennings takes the snap and hands off to Sheboygan. No, it's a fake. He throws it to a wide-open Harrington in the end zone for a touchdown. That fake fooled everyone, and that was an easy throw for Jennings. The extra point is good, and Penn State takes a 10-3 lead with the last play of the first quarter.
That was a very nice fake. That fooled the cameraman. That fooled everyone, and Harrington made it, just took it straight up into the end zone. There was no one on him. He is all over the field right now. And we end the first quarter here.
Yep. So we'll take a We won't take a break, actually, but we would take a break if this were real. And welcome back to the 2015 National Championship game here in Arlington, Texas. Penn State leads 10-3 and is set to kick off. Sean Egloff on the return for Oklahoma. He makes the grab at the 2-yard line, cuts back around the 15 to the 20, and brought down just past the 25-yard line to the 27. Solid return sets up OU for their second drive of the game. Good return there from
He was 1 block away from busting that. He just one move and he would have gotten to the house because there was no one covering deep for Penn State.
And that's a clutch tackle from the Penn State guy there.
A great tackle.
And Brookshire now comes out and is lined up in the shotgun. Miller split out right. He takes a snap and looks to throw. He throws for Miller, and it's picked off by Kadeem Martin. He's taking it back to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and is tackled by Norris Brookshire at the 5-yard line. The touchdown is saved, but Penn State is in the perfect position to add to their lead. Big mistake by Brookshire.
That was a nice play by Kadeem Martin. He was trailing Ty Miller, and he just came up across him. Ty Miller didn't know what happened because Kadeem Martin came so fast. Brookshire makes a mistake early. Let's see if the defense can hold him to a field goal here.
And this is just an awful start for Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And Jennings comes back on the field now, and Penn State brings in 2 tight ends and a fullback. Looks like they're just going to try to power this ball in. First down, Jennings is under center, takes the snap, and hands it to the fullback, who powers for about 1. Second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Just trying to prove they can get it in there. They don't need any trickeration to score here.
Yep. The Nittany Lions are back under center now. Jennings takes the snap and hands it to Sheboygan, who gains around 2 yards down to the 2-yard line. The Oklahoma defense just holds up again.
It's going to be interesting to see if Penn State tries to throw it now after not getting in the first 2 times, or if we see them just try and power through again.
I'd expect a play fake here if I'm head
play
coach.
Action.
That's what I'm
Worked
calling.
last time.
But it's 3rd and goal from the 2 now, and it does not look like the Nittany Lions are doing anything different. Jennings takes the snap and hands it to Sheboygan, and this time he's in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions, and Penn State takes a 17-3 lead and are in control with 10 minutes left in the half.
And it's just a bad start for Oklahoma. 2 quick touchdowns after tying it up at 3, and they really need a response here on this next drive, or it can get ugly quick.
Oh, yeah. And Penn State is kicking off again now. Egloff return again. This time, though, he decides to take a knee in the end zone 4 yards deep. So it comes out to Oklahoma's 25, where they'll try to come back from an early deficit in this game.
17-3, Penn State is the current score.
Yeah, I mean, this is just not going well.
We'll see how Oklahoma responds here. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Oklahoma coming back onto the field now after turning the ball over. Let's see how they respond. Brookshire in shotgun next to Hadnaugh. Brookshire calls for the snap and looks to throw. Now he hands it to Hadnaugh on the draw, and Hadnaugh makes his way for about 5 yards on the first down, setting up 2nd and 5 from the Penn State 30.
Yeah, the running game was working for them early. Let's see if they can get back to it because of the interception that Brookshire threw.
I mean, Brookshire just hasn't looked great so far, while Hadnaugh has looked absolutely magnificent.
Right.
Oklahoma lines up in the shotgun again. Hadnaugh still in. Brookshire takes the snap and then hands it off to Hadnaugh on the draw, and he will pick up around 3 on that one, setting up 3rd and manageable for Oklahoma, who really needs to pick this one up.
Yep, just keep pounding away with Hadnaugh because that's their best option right now.
3rd and 2 now for Oklahoma. They line Brookshire up under center. Hadnaugh still in the backfield. Brookshire takes the snap, fakes the give to Hadnaugh, and throws a beautiful back shoulder throw to Ty Miller, who got the best of Kadeem Martin on that one. The battle between these 2 talented players is one that is a lot of fun to watch. Great play by Ty Miller.
It was a great play by Brookshire, too. I mean, he is not backing off from throwing at Kadeem. And you thought that he might because got a little nervous, but he showed a lot of confidence on that throw that he's not going to get shaken.
And the score again is 17-3 Penn State here in the second quarter. first and 10 now, and Oklahoma hurries to the line. Brookshire in shotgun. He takes the snap and looks to throw. Nobody is open. Brookshire is running out of time and decides to tuck it, and he has room in front of him. Slides after a gain of around 9, just short of the first down. He had more room to run, but you could tell he looked uncomfortable running it himself.
Oh, no. I think Brookshire should stick to throwing it, but he made the best of it on that play. There was great coverage downfield, and he just took it himself.
They left the field wide open, but Brookshire just not a natural runner.
I'm not sure they expected Brookshire to run at all. That's not something that's in the game tape for him.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 1 now, and Oklahoma moves into a run formation. 2 tight ends, Brookshire under center, Ian Smith and Haddon on the backfield. Brookshire takes a snap and gives it to the fullback Smith, and he gains a yard, just enough for the first down at the 50-yard line. Oklahoma's offense is churning now.
Yeah, this is what they really needed. Pick up a couple first downs, move the ball a bit.
It is first and 10 for the Sooners now. They move into the pistol with Hadnaugh behind Brookshire. Brookshire takes a snap, and they give us to Hadnaugh, who breaks to the outside and makes a nice run for about 9 yards before being brought down by a couple of Penn State players.
Hadnaugh is still pushing. I mean, I think Oklahoma needs to keep feeding him here.
I agree. Oklahoma moves into a power I formation on 2nd and 1. Maybe they're going to give it to Hadnaugh again. Brookshire under center. He takes the snap and hands it off to Hadnaugh, who finds a seam and bursts his way for about 7 yards. Bursts down Oklahoma at the Penn State 34-yard line.
Another lot of speed, a lot of shiftiness on that run.
Brookshire back in shotgun, Hadnaugh beside him. He sends a wide receiver in motion and then takes a snap. He looks to his left and then quickly throws the slant to Ty Miller, who picks up about 3. The two haven't been able to connect much with Kadeem Martin on Miller, or Martin on the tackle there. 2nd and 7. Oklahoma now with a little trickeration. Hadnaugh lines up in the Wildcat and takes the snap. He runs to his left and picks up around 3 on the Wildcat run, setting down 3rd down and 4 for the Sooners.
Oklahoma trying to get a little fancy there, putting Hadnaugh in the Wildcat.
You don't usually see that kind of stuff. It's 3rd and 4 now. Brookshire under center. He takes a snap and tosses to Hadnaugh, who runs to the outside but is out of bounds, just a yard short of the first. 4th down coming up for the Sooners. The little time remaining on the clock. It's decision time for head coach Chicago, Ted One.
I thought he could have gotten there if he extended the ball, but I'm not sure he knew where he was on the field. He went out a little early trying to stop the clock.
So the score now, just to repeat, is 17-3 Penn State, with little time remaining in the first half. All right, so after this long drive, it's 4th and 1, and it looks like Oklahoma will settle for the field goal. Aguirre comes out to kick. The snap is good. The hold and kick are all good, and Oklahoma will take 3 here with about 15 seconds left in the half. I stumbled through that play call.
What you really did, but Oklahoma needed some points on the board. It's 17-6 right now with about 15 seconds left in the half, but they needed something on the board after that drive.
Yeah, so the score is now 17-6, Penn State with a lead. And sorry. With only 15 seconds left on the clock, Oklahoma is now set to kick off. Still down, but a field goal cuts into the lead. Penn State leads 17-6, and another kick for Aguirre goes out of the end zone, and Penn State will not get a chance to return that one. They'll get the ball at the 25-yard line. So Penn State lines up in what appears to be the victory formation to take a knee, content to just take their lead into the half. Jennings takes a snap. And he does not take a knee. He looks to throw deep, and he's got Curtis Settles deep down to the Oklahoma 39-yard line. Penn State takes a timeout with 4 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like they'll kick a field goal. Jerry Walker with the tackle for Oklahoma saves a touchdown, or else Settles would have walked into the end zone.
Wow, they fooled everyone. The Oklahoma State sideline was heading to the locker room. Everyone thought Penn State was taking a knee, and he hit him deep. Jerry Walker, though, made a great play by following the receiver and not getting completely fooled on that.
Yeah. And that was a great play for Penn State as they got themselves in a field goal range as they got inside the 30. So Fisk will come out to take a 46-yard field goal attempt. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is good, and Penn State will take a 2 touchdown lead into the half. The score is 20-6. Unbelievable.
Penn State is taking control in this first half. It'll be interesting to see how Chicago Ted leads his team to respond to the second half. But right now, it's all Penn State. Everything's going their way. Oklahoma's offense can't really do much.
All right, so we will go to the halftime show. The score, Penn State 20, Oklahoma 6. So that was one heck of a first half, guys.
Oh, wow. Oklahoma is just not quite playing up to par to what they should be playing right now, and it's showing in the score, 20-6.
Very, very exciting. Did you guys see Coach Chicago Ted getting real up into his player's face after that fake kneel? I think that's a new one. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, that is a ballsy call. A great call by head coach Looney. He's really pulling out all the tricks for this one.
Man, he's pulling out the tricks, but what really impressed me was when they got down into the red zone, he just powered it in. He didn't think about it. He just power football straight to the end zone.
No hesitation, no mercy, just going in for the kill.
He basically said Oklahoma's defense can't stop me from doing this.
Yeah.
But it was a great start for Penn State, and Brookshire has been off a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see if he can come back off of that interception that he threw to Kadeem Martin. But
yeah.
I just imagine the Oklahoma locker room right now. Chicago Ted's just like scolding Brookshire, like the old Catholic hymn with the ruler on the wrist.
Brookshire's going to definitely get. I wouldn't want to be in that Oklahoma locker room right now.
Yeah. I mean, and you can't actually be mad if you're a head coach Chicago Ted Warner right now. You just got to get your guys adjusted into the right mindset to come out and wind up winning this game because it's not over yet. Oklahoma will get the ball to start the half.
It's definitely deflating feeling, though, to be down by 2 touchdowns going into halftime against Penn State with the Heisman winner.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Because you won't get as many chances with a guy like Jennings at quarterback. He's not going to throw enough interceptions to give you a chance to make a comeback.
Even winning at the half against Penn State isn't enough. Trust me, I would know.
I mean, look, Jennings is a perfect game manager, really. I mean, he's not necessarily exceptional. He's not an exceptional quarterback, I don't think. I think he's perfect he's like Alex Smith. He just gets the job done. So, I think he's a better Alex Smith. So it's really going to be hard to stop Penn State because he doesn't really make a lot of mistakes. He just gets the job done. He puts it where he needs to put it, and, I mean, he doesn't make mistakes. That's Todd Jennings' MO.
Simple plug here. We're having the ESPN 8 The Ocho 8-Ball Award for our own MVP. There will be a, regular college football national playoff MVP, but we are also holding our own MVP award, the 8-Ball Award. There's a thread right now if you want to nominate your player or a player. So go ahead and do that if you're listening or in the shout box.
I think if we want to talk about first half MVP, I think it has to be Kadeem Martin so far. He's shut down.
Kadeem Martin.
Yeah, he has shut down Ty Miller and made him a non-factor. And then he had the interception that set Penn State up to score a touchdown.
Also, Mark Harrington's been making some plays too. The wide receiver.
It's either Mark Harrington or Kadeem Martin. Oklahoma doesn't have anyone making plays like that right now.
We got kickers. There's field goals galore out there.
Oh, yeah.
But those kickoffs are solid, especially Aguirre.
Oh, yeah. Damn, those kickoffs.
They're just booting them back of the end zone every time.
It's impressive. That's what you get with a national championship team.
I want to see some action, though, in the kickoff. Like, do a squib every once in a while so we can see some running.
Nah, just kicking in the back of the end zone if you can do it.
Well, that's not entertaining, though.
The halftime is about to be over. We should return to the game. But let's get your predictions for the second half. Cade?
I like the direction Penn State's going. I think my original prediction was 21-17.
That's not right.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
I don't think I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna keep. I couldn't really give you a score, but I'm gonna say Penn State pulls it out.
Yeah,
I don't think it's pulling it out at this point. I think it's just extending their lead.
Okay. Let me amend my statement. I think Oklahoma comes back, makes it close, goes down the wire. Penn State gets it.
Okay.
I pretty much agree with Kate on that. I think Oklahoma might make it interesting late, but I definitely think that Penn State pulls it out.
Yeah, I agree with that statement as well. Dream, your thoughts?
I think Penn State's gonna try to just slow it down, just hold on to the lead. I think Oklahoma's gonna be able to come back through Penn State's lack of aggression in the second half. We'll see if that happens. I think Oklahoma will make it close. I'm not sure if I'd still have them winning the game, but who knows? Anything can happen. It ain't over till it's over.
I definitely think Oklahoma will look a lot better in the second half.
Yeah. I mean, they gotta look better, right? They can't look a lot worse than they did. So that will be it for our halftime show. Stay tuned for these guys later for the
post game
post game coverage. Wow, when I don't have the script in front of me, I'm horrible. And we will present the 8-Ball Award to whoever the MVP is, which you guys can vote on throughout the game. And we are now going back to football here in Arlington as Cliff Randall is set up to boot this one away, and he knocks this one in the back of the end zone, and Ty Miller opts to not return it and takes a knee for a touchback. So Oklahoma will start with the second half with the ball at their 25-yard line. Penn State's defense has done a wonderful job of shutting down the magnificent Oklahoma offense, holding them to just 2 field goals in the first half. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Coach Chicago Ted One made at the half.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little more Brookshire, but their offense was working. If you keep feeding Hadnot, he will pay you back.
Completely agree. Brookshire takes the field now. He has already thrown 1 interception on the night. Oklahoma lines up in shotgun formation with Brookshire and Hadnot in the backfield. Brookshire takes the snap and it's a little high, but he handles it and shuffles out wide and looks for Miller. But the pass sails a little over his head and hits the ground near Penn State's safety. Brookshire gets away with one there.
Yeah, that doesn't give me a lot of confidence in what Brookshire can do the second half, but he needs to come out a little stronger with that.
Yeah. It's 2nd and 10 now for Oklahoma. Brookshire lines up under center with Hadnot in the backfield, and Brookshire takes the snap and feeds Hadnot. Hadnot shakes off Ulysses Smith and has some room outside and will be brought down near the first down marker. The refs are going to bring out the chains on this one, and they have Hadnot down just short of the first, I think. And they do.
I don't know about that.
That was close. So it'll be 3rd and inches now, and Oklahoma lines up under center. Brookshire hands it off to Hadnot. Wait, Brookshire still has the ball, and he is brought down by Beltran in the backfield. That was a bizarre play call from Chicago Ted, and Oklahoma will have to punt now because of it.
I think he tried to do some zone read or something, and that's just not Brookshire. I think he's getting a little too tricky with his play calling. He needs to go back to what's worked for him all season.
Yeah, I mean, you got to just run it up the middle with Hadnot there, right? I don't know.
Whatever. Or you fullback Ian Smith, who's been a heck of a player so far.
All right, so the Oklahoma punter, Steve Smith, takes the field. Now he will take the snap and punts a beauty down to the 25, where a fair catch is called by Harrington. I believe that's the first punt of the game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, these two offenses have either been getting field goals or turning it over. It's just, but Oklahoma hasn't had to punt until now.
And Penn State will come out to try to build on their 2-score lead, and the score is 20-6 Penn State. Todd Jennings takes the field, and he already has 1 touchdown pass on the game. Jennings lines up in the I formation with Sheboygan in the backfield. Jennings fakes the handoff to Sheboygan, and he has Henderson open on a post route deep downfield, and he's got him. Henderson is brought down at the 4-yard line by Joe Johnson. I believe that's Joe Johnson's 2nd touchdown-saving tackle on the night, but a huge play for Penn State.
They come out firing, and that's if they get a touchdown here, not just a field goal, that might do it for the Sooners. Take a 27-6 lead. It's going to be very tough for them to respond to that.
You got to believe Chicago Ted One's shaking his boots right now. It's first and goal for Penn State now. Penn State brings out all the big boys here. Goal line formation. Jennings under center. He gives it to Sheboygan, and he takes up the middle, and he has no room, but he's able to bounce outside, and he's got some space. But Lee Davis makes a great move to bring him down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, Oklahoma's really desperate to keep Penn State out of the end zone right now.
Yeah, I thought Sheboygan had another one there. Second and goal now, goal line formation. Jennings fakes it to Sheboygan this time, and Love is after him. And Jennings just gets rid of it. That was nearly a sack for Love, but he just couldn't quite get to him.
Love did not bite on the play action there. That could have been disastrous for Penn State. Jennings made a smart move to throw it away.
Oh, yeah. And it's third and goal now. Goal line formation for a third time, and Jennings gives it to Sheboygan again, and the third time is the charm. Touchdown, Penn State. The Nittany Lions now lead 27-6 with 9:25 remaining in the third, and this game has been going exactly as planned for Penn State so far. Oklahoma needs to get it together.
That's a 3-touchdown lead for Penn State, and that might. There's still a lot of time left, but that hurts for Oklahoma. That's one that stings. Put some doubt in their minds.
And Fisk is out to kick it off for the Nittany Lions now, and it is another touchback. These kickers have been on fire tonight. The Sooners will start with the ball at the 25.
That's solid field position. They need to do something here.
The Sooners have not been moving the ball well at all so far, which is a huge surprise in comparison to what they have done to the rest of their competition this year. Brookshire takes the field again, and you know he is thinking he has to do something here. First and 10 from the 25, and Brookshire takes a snap and gets rid of it quickly to Ty Miller, who has room to run after an amazing block, and he crosses midfield. He's at the 40, the 35, 30, and he is brought down at the 25-yard shoestring tackle by Kadeem Martin. Ty Miller nearly broke that one.
Ty Miller was thinking end zone. He just didn't have the speed. Kadeem Martin was on him the whole time, but caught him at the last second, or else that is 6 for Ty Miller and puts Oklahoma right back into it. It's still the ball on Penn State's 25.
Yeah, it's first and 10 now, and let's see if the Sooners can finally get 6 out of their offense. Brookshire lines up in the I formation, Hadnot in the backfield. Brookshire takes the snap and gives it to Hadnot, who scurries up the middle for a gain of around 3.
Now back to Hadnot, just push him in.
Yep. Brookshire lines up in the I formation again, and this time he fakes it to Hadnot, rolls out right. He has Hugh Warren wide open at the 10-yard line, and he brings it down for the first.
That was a nice pass right there. Hugh Warren was open. It was a good play call. Chicago Ted's getting back to what they do.
First and goal for the Sooners from around the 10-yard line. Oklahoma lines up in the shotgun now. Brookshire takes the snap and pump fakes towards Miller, and he throws it to Ward again, who is wide open. Touchdown, Sooners! Oklahoma isn't dead just yet, and the extra point will make it 27-13. Penn State with 6:25 left in the third. Boomer Sooner making a comeback.
You just got to wonder if there's enough time for Oklahoma to finish it, and you have to see if Oklahoma can stop that Penn State offense because they have not shown the ability to yet.
Naguare is out to kick it off now for the Sooners, and he sends this one to the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Nittany Lions will start with the ball on their 25-yard line. Jennings has been solid on the night, but it's Sheboygan who came out with the touchdown so far. And actually, Jennings does have a touchdown himself. So first and 10 now, and Jennings gives it to Sheboygan. No, wait, it's a fake. Jennings rolls out to the left, and he has Harrington deep again. The pass is a little underthrown, but Harrington makes the grab over Lee Davis. A fantastic play by Harrington, and that will put Penn State at the Oklahoma 35, a gain of 40 yards on that one.
Harrington has been the go-to playmaker for Penn State today. That is their wide receiver. Oklahoma cannot cover him. And that play action is deadly for Penn State because Sheboygan may not be a huge threat, but he's enough that Oklahoma is biting on that.
And it's first and 10 now for Penn State, and Jennings lines up in the I formation, and he'll give it to Sheboygan, who was lit up in the backfield by McDuffie, and the ball is out, and Oklahoma is coming away with the football. McDuffie forced it out, and Ozzie Love came away with it. An incredible play by the Sooner defense.
That was a hit. McDuffie came out of nowhere and just knocked Sheboygan into next week. And I don't blame him for not holding on to that ball because they lit him up. Then Ozzie Love somehow comes out of the pile with it. It looks like Penn State falls on it, but all that matters is who comes out with it. Now it's Ozzie Love.
And that was just what the doctor ordered for the Oklahoma Sooners, and they will have the ball at their own 38-yard line now. And Brookshire comes out lined up in shotgun. Brookshire takes a snap. There's some pressure from Smith, and Brookshire finds Hadna underneath, and Hadna has some room to run. Hadna gets across midfield, down to the 40, the 35, the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and he's brought down at the 7-yard line. Great play by Greg Hadna.
Yeah, getting out of the backfield, letting your quarterback see you on that swing pattern. It was a great play that put him in a great position. It looks like it's going to be rolled a backwards pass but it's still a great play by Hadnot to get open.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Get upfield.
And it's 1st and goal now, and Brookshire and the Sooners are lined up in the I formation. Hadna in the backfield. Brookshire fakes the handoff to Hadna, but Penn State was looking for it, and Brookshire has to check down to Hadna for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, that was a weird play, but it did work. But it gained about 2. It just didn't work, and Oklahoma needs to go back to the drawing board on that one.
And it's 2nd and goal now, and the Sooners in the I formation again, and Brookshire sends Miller in motion. He fakes the handoff to Miller and pitches out to Hadna, who has a green in front of him. Touchdown, Sooners! That touchdown will close out the 3rd quarter as the Sooners are making a comeback, and the extra point will make it 27-20 Penn State.
Wow, after I kind of eat my words somewhat after I said that Oklahoma didn't have enough time to make the comeback. Well, look at that.
Yeah, they've got time now.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens here because there's not a lot. They're still down 7, and they still need to stop Penn State at least one more time.
So the Sooners will kick it off now to start the 4th quarter, and again the score is 27-20 Penn State. Aguirre boots this one in the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. These kickers are really on fire. I mean, this is unbelievable. I don't think I've seen any kicks returned at all.
There is no wind in the stadium right now, so they're just easy to get it through.
They're just booting them out of the end zone. Penn State will start with the ball at their 25-yard line. 1st down for Penn State now. Jennings lines up in the I formation. We'll see if they're hesitant to give it to Sheboygan after what happened last time. Jennings takes the snap and gives it to Sheboygan, who runs up the middle for a gain of around 5.
Obviously not hesitant, and that does show us that Sheboygan isn't concussed or any of that because it looked like that hit might have knocked him out.
That was a big hit by McDuffie. It's 2nd and 5 now for Penn State, and they'll run up the middle again for a gain of 3. McDuffie was trying to strip the ball loose again, but Sheboygan had a nice grip on it.
Yeah, he is. If he fumbles it again, he's going to be running laps after the game.
He's going to be sleeping with the fishes. It's 3rd and 2 for Penn State. Jennings lines up in the eye again, and he fakes the handoff to Sheboygan. He looks downfield for Settles, and he's got him down to the Penn State 47. Great pass by Todd Jennings.
The score, by the way, is still 27-20. Penn State leads Oklahoma.
And it's 1st and 10 now for the Nittany Lions. Jennings lines up in the I formation. Fakes the handoff to Sheboygan. He is sacked in the backfield by Ozzie Love. That'll be a loss of 7. Big play from Love again.
Just need to make those plays. I mean, Penn State can't have losses like that. That just kills them.
And it's 2nd and 17 from the Penn State 40 now. Jennings will hand it off to Sheboygan, who runs up the middle for around a gain of 5. Just usual Penn State football right there.
See, that looks like a throwing down to me, 2nd and 17, but Penn State wanted to give it to Sheboygan, and they put themselves in the 3rd and long.
Yep, and it's 3rd and 12 now. Penn State lines up in the gun, Oklahoma in the nickel. Jennings drops back, and it looks like he has Henderson up the middle, but the route is jumped by Jerry Walker. Oklahoma football.
Wow, that was a nice play by Jerry Walker. Jennings did not see him, and he jumped the route.
And Jerry Walker, he's a guy playing out of position for Oklahoma. He's a free safety playing strong safety, and he makes a great play for Oklahoma there.
Yeah, maybe he is cut out for strong safety, but he made a heck of a play there. And if Oklahoma has a chance to go down and tie it up right now, with only a few minutes left in the quarter, in the game.
Yeah, and Oklahoma has the ball at midfield now. Brookshire takes the snap and looks left to Ty Miller on a slant round. He's got him for a gain of 7.
And Oklahoma's turning now. I mean, it's going to be hard for Penn State to stop them, but they need to come up with something.
And it's 2nd and 3 for the Sooners. Brookshire has Hadnot to his left. Brookshire takes the snap. Penn State has a lot of guys through, but it's a slip screen to Hadnot, and he has room to roam. Hadnot crosses the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, and is brought down at the 3-yard line. Greg Hadnot is making moves.
Those little, like, backward passes out to the side for Hadnot have been deadly for Penn State, or to Penn State for Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's been killing Penn State, and it's 1st and goal for the Sooners. Brookshire rushes his team to the line. He takes the snap and quickly throws it to Jose from McGinnis for the touchdown. Penn State wasn't set, and Oklahoma takes advantage and scores. Tie game with only 45 seconds left on the clock. We might be looking at overtime.
Wow. There is not much time left. Ted almost decided to go for 2 there. It looks like he was making a decision to put himself up 1 with only a minute or so left, but he ties it up, and we're going to see what happens here because Penn State's going to get a chance to try and score late. We'll see if Saluna takes it into overtime.
Maguire kicks it off again for the Sooners. This one's returnable, but Harrington will just take a knee in the end zone. Penn State takes over at their own 25 with 35 seconds left on the clock. That kneel took 10 seconds off the clock. That's unbelievable. I don't know what the hell Harrington was doing back there.
He's just running around back there, bring it back to
I don't know what he was doing. Penn State goes back to 5 wide. Jennings in the shotgun. He drops back and looks for a man. He's running out of time, can't find anyone, and is sacked by a group of Sooners. Penn State takes a timeout. They have 2 remaining with 13 seconds left now. Took too much time to call that timeout. Penn State in the same formation.
He kind of moved around in the backfield and got sacked. There is not much time left on the clock.
Yeah. Jennings drops back in the same formation. He looks deep for a man. He lets it go, and he finds Harrington down to the 34-yard line with 2 seconds left, and Penn State will take another timeout and kick a field goal to win this one.
Yeah, there's not much time left. Penn State is going up to the line, and it looks like Ted is taking a timeout to ice the kicker. That was quick. Penn State moved and got into position at the last second.
I'm running out of breath over here.
It's exciting. Oklahoma turned this into a game when it looked like it was going to be a blowout.
So Penn State sends out Matt Fisk to attempt the game-winning field goal. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick has the leg, but it's no good.
No.
51 yards, and he shakes it to the right. Oh, my God. This is going
to overtime. Oh, it's going to be a battle in overtime because Oklahoma has all the momentum right now.
Matt Fisk has missed, 2 kicks on the year, and he chooses this time to miss another one?
He was making them all game. He had several so far this game. He has 2 so far this game. But that was a long one. That was 51 yards, and we're going to overtime here.
This is just ridiculous. All right, so welcome back to the 2015 CFBHC National Championship. Oklahoma won the coin flip, and they choose to defend. So Penn State will have the first chance to get on the board and overtime. All right, so we're at the 25-yard line. Penn State lines up in a 5-wide formation, looking to attack early. Jennings takes the snap and looks to throw, and he finds Harrington down to the Oklahoma 14. An 11-yard pass. Penn State starts overtime quickly.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Harrington, been making plays all day, makes another one right there.
All right, same formation now. Penn State's pushing. Jennings takes the snap and quickly throws the slant to Amari Wade for a gain of 3. Solid play there for Penn State.
Very nice. Just trying to keep the ball moving. No negative plays, no sacks like that hurt him earlier. Just need to keep it going.
Yeah, and Jennings now goes under center. Sheboygan behind of him. He takes the snap and hands it off to Sheboygan, who gets stood up, and it's a gain of only 1. 3rd and 6. Great play from the Sooner defense.
Oh, man. He's going to see it's 3rd and 1, or 3rd and 6 right now.
3rd and 6, yeah. So it's same formation for Penn State, and Jennings will take the snap and he looks to throw. He's got nobody open and he's under pressure and he has to throw it away. 4th down. Got to send out the field goal unit. That's a bit of a disappointment if you're Saluna.
It is, but you got to get your points here. You can't put Oklahoma in a position where they can just kick it and win the game right there.
So they're going to send out Fisk again. Let's see if he can make it this time. The snap is good. The hold is good. And the kick is good. Fisk actually hits this one.
And Oklahoma goes up on Penn State in overtime.
All right. So Oklahoma will take the field now. Let's see if their offense can keep moving like it has been.
Mm-hmm.
1st down and 10. Brookshire comes out in the I formation. Hadna on the backfield, and he will feed Hadna up the middle for a gain of around 5. Solid run there from Greg Hadna.
Yeah, that was a good, powerful run, and it gets you half the distance that you need for the 1st down. Sets up 2nd and 5.
So Oklahoma will line up in the I formation again, and Brookshire takes a snap and quickly looks to Warren, and he's got him on the screen route, but he'll only get around 2 there. Great defense from Penn State.
Yeah, that was a good play call. It just missed 1 block, or else he'd be going to the end zone. Now it's 3rd and 3.
And they will line up in shotgun this time. Brookshire with Hadna beside of him in the backfield. Brookshire takes the snap and hands it off to Hadna, who gets 2 yards, and that's it.
Oh, that's just short. He almost had it just about half a yard short, and Oklahoma's going to have to kick.
I mean, it's decision time. Do you actually try to get the 1st down, see if you can go for the win here if you're Chicago Ted 1?
No, because you get the ball back to start the next overtime, so I think you have to kick it here and see what your defense can step up next overtime.
And he will send out Alejandro Aguirre for the 31-yard field goal. The hold is good, and the kick is good as well. And Oklahoma ties it. We'll go into a 2nd overtime.
I think it was a good decision. We're going to see what happens here. But we're in 2nd overtime now in the national championship game. The score is 30-30.
All right, so Oklahoma will start this time, and they come out in the I formation again. Brookshire under center, Hadna on the backfield. Brookshire takes a snap, and he pitches it out to Hadna, who's got room in front of him out on the left side, and he will get down to the 10, to the 5, brought down at the 2-yard line. Great run from Greg Hadna.
He almost had it. And you know who made that tackle? Kadeem Martin, coming off of Ty Miller's block. And he saved a touchdown there.
Clutch tackle there. All right, so OU bringing out all the big boys here. Goal line formation. Brookshire takes a snap and gives it to Hadna. He's got room at the middle. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
2-yard touchdown run, and he puts the pressure on Penn State here. He's got to kick the extra point, but he can't go for 2.
Yeah, you can't go for 2.
That's definitely putting pressure on Penn State.
So Oklahoma does get the extra point, and that makes it 37-30. And Penn State will take the field now on offense. All right, so Penn State coming out 5 wide this time. Kind of interesting. I guess they don't trust your boy anymore. Jennings takes the snap, and he looks to settles on the slant route. And it's connected for a gain of 7. Solid pass there from Todd Jennings.
To Settles, yes. And he's going to need to get in the end zone here. It's 4-down territory, obviously.
Oh, yeah. So 2nd and 3 now from the 18. Jennings takes a snap, and he's looking for Waddy, and he's got him. And that'll be 1st down, gain of 14 on that one. That'll make it 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Great play by Penn State.
That was a very nice route, the corner route by Waddy. He wanted the touchdown there, but he just couldn't get in there. Brought down about 4 yards short, and now it's 4th and goal.
So now Penn State lines up in the goal line formation. Jennings hands it up to Shaboya. No, it's a fake, and he's got Waddy wide open. Touchdown. Nittany Lions. And
Wow.
we are going to a third
Oh, wait.
overtime here.
Yeah, Penn
Excuse me.
State's
We gotta wait for the extra point. But it looks
yeah,
like
Penn
we're
State's
headed
going to kick
to a
to a
third
third
overtime.
overtime.
And yeah, they're
Yeah, I thought
sending out
Fisk.
the kicking unit. And
I
the extra
thought
point is good.
I thought Penn State might go for it, but it was a good kick. I'm not sure it's the best decision to not go for it. We're going to see what happens here, though. That was a nice pass to Waddy, who made a great head fake on the defender and just juked him out of his shoes.
So now it's time to see what Penn State can do here. Third overtime we go. Now, if they do score a touchdown, remember they have to go for 2, and that could definitely make or break a team.
Yep.
So, first down for Penn State. They line up in the I formation. Jennings under center, Sheboygan in the backfield. Jennings takes the snap and hands it off to Sheboygan, who's got room on the right, and he will burst past the first down marker and get down to the 8-yard line, a 17-yard run from Sheboygan.
That was a big run and puts Penn State in great position to get to the end zone.
So now it's first down and goal for the Nittany Lions. Penn State at the 8-yard line. Jennings under center in the I formation. Jennings takes the snap, fakes it to Sheboygan, and he's got no one open, and pressure is coming, and he just gets rid of it in time. Love was about to sack him again.
That was a great decision by Jennings, a sign of a good quarterback who just gets the ball away and doesn't take the sack, doesn't put his team in a bad position, and lives to play another down.
All right, so it is second and goal now from the 8-yard line. Jennings in the I formation, Sheboygan in the backfield. Jennings takes the snap and hands off to Sheboygan, who is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a run of no gain. Third
the
and
run
goal.
got there. They had a man coming free and just took down Sheboygan.
McDuffie with another tackle. So, third and goal. You got to think they're going to make Jennings throw it here. They're in the I formation. Jennings takes the snap. Looks, he's got Harrington on a slant route in the end zone, but it's broken up.
Great play. That was a great play by Jerry Walker again, coming up and breaking it up and forcing a fourth down and likely field goal attempt.
This is an unbelievable game. And they will send out Fisk again. And Matt Fisk will hit the 25-yarder, and that'll give Penn State a 40-37 lead here in third overtime, with Oklahoma's offense about to hit the field.
Wow, he missed one earlier, but he has been clutch for most of the game. He is 4 of 5 kicking, and that was a big one right there. Forces Oklahoma to score somehow.
So Oklahoma that will now take the field on offense. Brookshire under center. Hadnah in the backfield. Brookshire takes the snap, and he'll give it to Hadnah, who's got room on the outside, and he'll burst through for a gain of around 10. That'll be close to the first down marker.
Yeah, it looks like he got it, and it was just a nice run up the middle trying to keep Hadnah going.
And so it'll be first and 10 from the 15-yard line. Brookshire in the I formation again. Hadnah in the backfield. Brookshire takes the snap, gives it to Hadnah, who cuts to the left, has a little room outside. It'll be brought down after a gain of 5. Second and 5 now.
Another good run by Hadnah. It looks like they're just feeding him in this overtime period.
Yeah, and it'll be second and 5 from the 10-yard line now for the Sooners. Brookshire in the I formation. Hadnah in the backfield yet again. Brookshire takes the snap and he'll hand it to Hadnah up the middle, and he'll get near the first down marker, but I think they'll spot him just short of that one.
No, he's about 4 yards short.
Yeah.
Or not about 4 yards. She's about a yard short. He gained 4 yards on that run, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, they spot him at the 6-yard line, so 3rd and short. Oklahoma lines up in goal line formations this time, bringing out all the big boys. Brookshire takes a snap, and he'll pitch it out the Hadnah to the left, who's got a little room, and he'll be brought down after a gain of 3. Kadeem Martin with another clutch tackle.
It was, but they got the first down, and now they are 3 yards from the goal line. And it's
first
take a
and
big
goal
stand for Penn State here. First and goal from the 3.
And Oklahoma lines up in the goal line formation again. Brookshire takes the snap, hands it to Hadnot. He's got room up the middle. Gates 2 yards, and he's fighting to get more, but he won't find the end zone. Just stood up by the Penn State defense.
Penn State's going to need a couple more of those just to keep them out of the end zone because they're getting close.
All right. So it is 2nd and goal now for the Sooners. Goal line formation yet again. Brookshire lines up under center. Smith and Hadnot in the backfield. Brookshire takes the snap, gives it to Smith, who jumps over the Penn State defenders. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And we have our new national champions here in Arlington. Final score, 43, Oklahoma 40, Penn State. Congratulations to Chicago 10-1 and the Oklahoma Sooners. Oh, my God.
Ian Smith, the fullback, with the game-winning touchdown. I love to see those big guys get their due because he's been opening holes for Hadnot all night.
Ian Smith is now running to the sidelines toward his girlfriend, and he's proposing. Oh, this is sweet. This is so sweet. And she said yes, guys. She said yes. Wonderful day for Oklahoma.
And the official MVP of this game is Greg Hadnot, running back for Oklahoma, and it looks like he deserves it. 18 carries for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brookshire for Oklahoma also had a pretty good game, or a solid game. 21 of 30 for 304, 2 touchdowns and interception. For Penn State, Todd Jennings was 22 of 36 for 302, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. These quarterbacks had almost identical stats. And receiving for Penn State was definitely the player of the game on their side. Mark Harrington had 8 catches for 125 yards and a touchdown. It was a good, solid game overall for both teams, and they couldn't have been more evenly matched.
Wonderful game. Okay. Wonderful.
It was a great game.
The ESPN 8, the Ocho 8-Ball Award will be coming shortly after the post-game recap, I suppose, if we have one of those. Or if we've already done it, then we can just go straight to the 8-Ball Award.
Yeah.
I am just, I am just amazed with this game. If you guys want to know the stats, just because I don't even know if they're up yet. Greg Hadnot had 18 carries, 143 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Norris Brookshire was 21 of 30 for 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Todd Jennings, 22 of 36, 302 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pete Shavoyan, 15 carries, 69 yards, great number, 2 touchdowns, 1 fumble. And Ian Smith, who proposed to his girlfriend after the game, 6 carries for 19 yards and 1 touchdown. That's a fullback, I believe.
That was a solid game. The comeback was impressive.
Yeah, oh my God.
Because they were down 21 in the third quarter, and it looked like they were done. But way to fight back, way to get the team ready. Chicago Teddy definitely deserves it. Both teams finished the season 15-1, but only one is holding the trophy at the end of the year.
All right, who's draft stock you think went up from this game? Just gonna throw that out there. It's Kadeem Martin, right? Is he like the only person?
Kadeem Martin, but also Greg Hadnot.
Oh yeah, Greg Hadnot. Yeah.
He's rated like as an 80 overall running back.
79,
yeah. Maybe the Panthers want another Oklahoma running back.
Yeah, no. Ian Smith's draft stock.
As a fullback, he's a 4.5 fullback, so I'm not sure where he's rated.
He's 67. I got the draft board up right now, of course.
Yeah. But there are so many players here. Ty Miller had a solid game, 6 catches for 88 yards and 0 touchdowns. He was Oklahoma's leading receiver, but you can definitely see the impact of Kadeem Martin there. Because that is below the season average.
Maybe not a draft stock thing, but Ian Smith actually might get picked up now. Who wouldn't want to take the inspirational story of Ian Smith?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would have on my team right now.
Put him on a practice squad. We have those now, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that he scored the game-winning touchdown in the national championship is something, even if he isn't successful in the NFL, that is something he'll carry with him forever. But
I think this, first of all, it's going to be the iconic game of the site because this is probably the best game we've had since
last year's national championship.
Michigan State, Notre Dame. But I mean, and then this national championship is the best we've had, I think.
last year's is close when Florida State had the 4th and goal from the 7 that got broken up.
We made that up, though.
No, that actually happened.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. But I want to look at these. No, that's actually how it happened. But I want to look at these quarterbacks. Norris Brookshire had 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Todd Jennings had 302 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like, these stats were almost identical. It is scary how well coached these teams are, how similar they are, and how good they are.
Bing, bang, boom. Boomer
so are we going to award the 8-ball trophy now?
K-Rich 5 here with the presentation of the ESPN 8 The Ocho. No, shut up. I have it under control. The 8-ball award goes to the season's most hyped up, not everyone's favorite, but one of the most hyped up, players going around the country. You got, some people early on in the season. Jamel Beckham got a lot of hype. Jerry Rambo originally got hype, especially, USC as a team got a lot of hype when they came out with a huge rating, but through the middle of the season, close towards the end, the famous hashtag CJ Logan for Heisman really made it very apparent that there was no one other than CJ Logan wins the ESPN 8 The Ocho 8-ball award. Congratulations, CJ Logan.
Did not see that one coming. I was expecting it to go Jerry Walker.
The MVP of the national championship, where CJ Logan didn't play in.
Yeah,
it's not an MVP award. It's for the most hyped player award.
All right.
I guess we changed it halfway through the podcast.
I changed it as soon as they all voted for CJ Logan.
All right. Well, this was an exciting game we were glad to bring to you. The 2015 National Championship. It was a fun season, y'all, and good luck next year.
CJ Logan for Loserville.
We might be back for Super Bowl coverage, and this is Dean Greg Belton signing off.